Today in the State House, we celebrated World AIDS Day, and I say celebrate because we're here to celebrate those that are living with HIV and also recognize those that have gone before us and allowed us to be where we are with the progress that we've made in the last several years. I'm really proud of all of the community groups, including ABCD, for sponsoring this and making sure that we are here to acknowledge both all the work that has happened and what we need to do continuing going forward.
The theme of this year's World AIDS Day is Getting to Zero, a theme that reflects the very real hope that in the not-too-distant future, we could begin to end the HIV/AIDS epidemic here at home and abroad, and that an AIDS-free generation may be within our reach.
We have a legislature that is well attuned to what's going on. We have an administration that is well attuned, and we have a wonderful, wonderful advocacy community.
To put an end to this epidemic, an end to this epidemic that's within sight, is going to continue under their leadership. I can tell from what I hear that they will fight to make sure that every penny every AIDS service organization needs to put an end to this crisis will come out of this legislature.
I think of the first World AIDS Day, which was in 1988. It was a pretty somber time. And yet, in spite of that, Massachusetts just really rallied as a state. And I believe that of all the states in the country, I think it is the one that has mounted the strongest and most effective response to HIV.
We've come a long way in terms of treatment, care, prevention, but there is still so much room for improvement. We need to raise awareness amongst the teens and young adults about the threat of AIDS.
Next week, it will be 2 months since testing positive for HIV. And today is the first time I publicly shared my status with anyone outside of my immediate circle of support. I think about all the other people I've told and how it's going to be so hard to tell them. But I know that, or I feel that it's important for me to tell them. That's my duty, even with all the stigma.
It's really touching hearing the young man's story about when he had HIVs and just how he couldn't tell his family. And you shouldn't judge a person by what they are, what they have, because they're still great people.
I want to thank you for your perseverance on this issue, even during some very strenuous times for our economy. Since the epidemic began, more than 12,000 people in Massachusetts have died of AIDS. And today there are about 18,000 people living in Massachusetts with a diagnosis of HIV. And we will do everything we can to support HIV/AIDS prevention and education efforts because we know the investments the Commonwealth has made are paying off.
Listening to the young people today and their stories shows me that ABCD is on the right track, and if we continue working together, we can get to zero.